Boy, that popcorn looks good. It needs some butter, though. We're gonna pour a whole lot of butter on this weekend's movies with Greg Russell. Good
I like
to see
it.
you.
Good to see you, man.
Man, this guy is the coolest gig in television. He gets to jet off to the coasts and talk to celebs about their movies on the junkets and all that.
That's right.
What are we talking about first this week?
First this week, we're going to talk about the new one, Mechanic Resurrection.
Okay, this was a movie called The Mechanic. Is this like a remake of the Bronson pick?
Yes, from way back when.
All
but
right.
then Jason Statham starred in the one from 2011. So this is like the part
sequel
two.
to the remake.
Yeah. So he's this guy who had retired, just wanted to live his life out on his boat, but Jessica Alba reels him in.
Well, like she is wont to do.
That's right. That's right. And that's what you see.
I'm telling you, Richard Dean Anderson and MacGyver has gotten way out of control. That is some crazy stunt work there.
That is. I mean, he does some things in this movie that you have never seen before. There's this one part, not going to give anything away, where he's on his mission and he has to do something to a swimming pool. It'll just blow your mind.
Okay, well, that was kind of silly, though. I mean, he has to strip his shirt
Oh,
off
yeah.
for the ladies.
Right.
And then do a perfect Luganus.
There you go.
So, I mean, is it any good?
It's a fun movie. It's kind of like the one I always joke about, London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
Where
You go in with the low.
right, you know, you're not going in to see Citizen Kane or anything like that. But it's just a fun little popcorn movie. Plus, I had a chance to talk to Jason and Jessica Alba about the film.
Who cares about Jason? What about Jessica?
Oh, well, she's going to mention you a lot. Here we go. Let's check this out. Right from the beginning, it goes.
That's the compromise I think any filmmaker has. Do we fall into the character too much before people want to see something that's going to give them their money's worth, as we like to say. People have an expectation when they go and see this kind of film. Otherwise, they're not going to see it in the first place.
Right. That's right. Yeah. And like you said, then he meets this really nice girl who he saves. I mean, she was a damsel in distress, having problems with the guy on the boat. You go out and save her, only to find out.
Yeah.
It was a trap.
It was a trap. There's a Bishop's smart, but he's not that smart.
Right.
And, as far as him falling for the girl that, that tricked him.
Who can blame it's Jessica Alba. It's like, oh, yeah, right.
Mistake made.
Right. So there were times when you were taking on some of those guys and you were doing some moves.
Yeah, it was fun. I got to do a little bit of action. I always enjoy doing fight sequences and doing my own stunts, so and I do like hand-to-hand combat, so yeah,
Okay.
It was fun.
There are these 3 tasks you've got to take care of, and you've got to do them in such a unique way.
I mean, there's some action sequences that you've never seen before in movies, and I think in this day and age with so much CGI and so much is done with animatics and things like that, Jason is in there getting his hands dirty, and it's fun to see that as well.
I like to get my hands dirty.
I know, because she kept saying, she's talking about Jason Carr,
Yeah, of
not
course.
Statham at all.
How many reels does this one
Okay,
get?
this one is nice too, because it's one of those, if you like the action movies and stuff,
2 out of
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, go out and enjoy it, because it's a fun little ride.
All right, Southside with You. What is
Yes.
this movie about?
This one is about the very first date of future President Barack Obama and Michelle. How they both wound up in Chicago. She was working at the law firm, and he was there, as a clerk. And how they just went out on this date that just seemed to go on forever. There's a little bit about that.
What happened to the meeting?
It doesn't start till 4, so I thought we'd see some paintings, maybe grab a bite to eat. We don't have to.
Barack, you seem like a really sweet guy. But how many times do I have to tell you we're not going out together?
Well, Michelle, thank you for saying that. You seem like a real sweet girl. But I have to correct you. We are, in fact, out, and we are, in fact, together.
But not on a date. This is not a date.
It doesn't have to be.
Barack, I don't want it to be.
You know, usually women I meet are willing to look past my hideous appearance and get to know the real me.
If I thought you were hideous, I wouldn't have set you up with Gina. Gina's very attractive.
Now that's true. Gina is very attractive.
This is not a date.
That's some good repartee there. Can you get past the mannerisms, the vocal sort of Jay Farrow type?
Right, you can. And it's kind of strange, the young man who plays in Parker Sawyers, after a while he just looks like Barack Obama, but I mean, you know, probably at 21 or
you buy in?
Whatever. Yeah, you do. You really buy into it. It's a nice movie. And the other thing I tell people is it's not a political movie. This has nothing to do with politics. It's all about love or, you know, starting to love on a first date. So, you know, a lot of fun.
How many reels?
This one, like, say 2.5. It's almost like a Lifetime movie. But the best part is it'd be a great date movie to go and see what to do on a date.
Randy behind the camera, you said it's like a Lifetime movie. He went, All right.
That's one of my guilty pleasures. I love Lifetime movies.
Next is a
thriller
called Don't Breathe.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the clip. Get away from Lifetime. Get to the
Get to the scare.
Yeah, that's her guy.
Wait, is he blind?
He lost his sight in Iraq or something.
That's kind of messed up to have a blind guy, isn't it?
Just because he's blind don't mean he's insane, bro. We do this tonight.
All right. What's this one about?
This one is about, it takes place here in Detroit, first of all. These 3 young people who like to break into homes. They find this one guy who's blind, and he lives, so we're in like the worst part of the city. He's got the only house that anyone lives in. And he got a lawsuit a few years earlier where they believe that he's got all this money, you know, close to $1 million in his house. So they're thinking, this has got to be the easiest break-in ever.
And it all goes awry.
It all does, because they break into the house, and yes, the man is blind, but as they always say, when you lose 1 sense, everything else becomes heightened.
What a fascinating premise.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah. And scary. I mean, it's one of those where if you like scary movies, yeah, you'll enjoy this, because it's just this thing where, you know, they broke in, but they got to try and break out. And this guy's got his house all booby-trapped and all these other little weird things.
That sounds like my kind of movie. What kind of giveaways do you have for us?
We have got this from Kumo and the Two Strings. Nice kids movie. Got this fantastic T-shirt right here. And also posters for it, book passes, movie passes, things for your lapel. I mean, just a whole lot of fun stuff for this. I mean, if you got kids and they like this movie and they love kid movies, they will enjoy this. Plus, something for the adults. We've also got this DVD, The Huntsman. Just came out. Yep, Jason's got it right there. Have a few copies of that. All you have to do is go to our Live in the D Facebook page to find out more.
At 4 Live in the D, the number 4, then Live in the D, and then the poster is Ben-Hur.
And then also a poster, yeah, the movie that came out last week, the big one, epic, Ben-Hur. Have an autograph poster from everyone in the cast, including Jack Houston, who played Ben-Hur. And also just have to say I'm wearing this shirt in honor of the 85th anniversary of the release of the original Frankenstein
fire!
1931. So there you go.
Greg, good to see you.
Jason, always a pleasure.
All right, again, at 4 Live in the D for the swag. Let's go over to Chuck and Tati.